Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing MRHZ in the 1 minute pool on ICC. First bullet game that I played in a hot minute, and let's try to play the knight f6 variation of the Scandinavian. We'll go e6, bishop e7, castle, put the knight on b6 when it's attacked, and maybe get an Alekhine's defense sort of position. I'm going to try for a4, a3 because this looks obnoxious to white's setup, attacking this bishop, but I'm not going to play a3 quite yet. I'm going to leave him guessing as to when I will play a3. And let's play bishop here. Or, sorry, h6 with the idea of playing the bishop back to g6 at some point. I don't know why h6 was really necessary because it's not like he could have played knight h4 anyways. But it felt right. Okay, this looks pretty good. Now he should probably play bishop c3 because, well, okay. I thought I was inconveniencing the bishop, but perhaps not. Let's go here. I like my pawn on a3, though. This is a constant thorn in white's side. Maybe reroute this. Try to get it to c5 or something. Let's play this bishop back. And yeah, let's go knight c5. I got to speed up a little bit. Not too far behind on the clock, but maybe getting the knight into c3 now will help. Attacking the bishop, hitting the pawn. He has queen d2, but he didn't find it. Okay, now he's going to have a heck of a time stopping that pawn. And I think because I have queen back to f8, this is fine. So no issues if white plays queen d8 check. Got to be careful with your bishop on h7 because even though you played h6, you can't use that flight square for your king. Let's play this. Then we're going here, and he dropped his queen. Didn't really have anything else though, because note that I'm controlling the d1 square, so queen back to d1, just knight takes d1, and we win the game. All right, so a win in the first game against MRHZ from the Netherlands. My rating's a little over 2,500. I like to see that. Yeah, the only bullet I've been playing recently was at the camp, including one of the games that you saw I took a video of against a camper I posted a few days ago. So OTB bullet, much harder than online bullet. And MRHZ says, thanks for the game. I watch your YouTube channel regularly. Finally had a chance to play against you. Thanks, MRHZ. Hopefully you watch this video. So, okay, next opponent is Castor, and he's got a pretty low rating, 2292. Don't like to face a player when they have that low of a rating. I'm going to play g3, bishop g2, and he looks intent to copy me. Let's play c4. Okay, now he deviates a little bit. He's going for a kind of a Nimzo setup, but with two fianchettoed bishops. Most likely I should push e4 somewhere. Let's do d5, though. Try to open the center. And we'll take... takes with the bishop. All right, so now he's going to push on that wing. Let's try to counterattack in the center. I'd like to arrange e5 if I could. Right now, not sure how feasible it is, but I'm going to try it. Idea of playing d6 and then taking on e5 next. Yeah, okay, this is looking good all of a sudden. Knight back to d7. I think I can take, maybe give a check, and bishop h3 should be coming very soon. Putting pressure on their setup. If rook takes e1, I'll take with the queen. Okay, so he does that. Let's back this off now. Idea bishop d5. And how does he stop that? Because the knight can't go to f6 due to queen takes f6. This should just be winning. Let's go here. Rook into e7 or no. Let's do this. And then rook into e7 next, I hope. This queen is kind of cut off from the action, isn't it? So now we invade. And I thought this was winning, but maybe not. Maybe they can play their knight here and be pesky. Yeah, they're very pesky. Didn't see that coming. Okay, I'm going to put this back. Just not sure what to do at the moment. Okay, let's go here. Now they can take. I botched this. I botched this horribly. Rook there. Yikes, that was bad. Yeah, and he's way up on time, too. All right, I'm going to try something random, but this is not going to work, clearly. I was so close to winning that. I just blew it. All right, time to resign. I guess I have rook takes f8 here at the end, but with this amount of time, I think I'm going to get flagged. What happened there? I had a beautiful position. h6, probably the only move that doesn't lose for black. I mean, rook e7 check right here. I guess I could play. I'm sure this is plus a million in white's favor. Let's just cheat and look at the engine. Not as decisive as I thought it would be. Plus 2.5, but I needed some more incisive continuation. Yeah, now it's up to plus 6. This queen d8 move caught me by surprise. Bishop takes g6 is working. Double check. So if he takes with the king, then what? King takes... I don't get the follow-up. Bishop takes, king takes. Let me play that out. 1 second. The pain of chess, when you have a winning position, you know it's winning, and you just can't find the right move. So right here, the engine is telling me that this move works. What happens after king takes? Just d7, wow. d7. And if queen takes queen, we take here, promote, and we're up in exchange. So d7, I assume the rook is going to get forced somewhere like this, and then I think rook d6 should probably kill him. Yeah, he's going to get mated. All right, well, I played a good opening, good middle game, but hey, it happens. So we lose against Castor. That sends our rating tumbling down. Let's take a look at the best list. I just wanted to see who's up there. Leverage, 2751. Yeah, he's always up near the top. Castor is next again. We're going to play this same variation with knight f6. We'll see what he does. Portuguese variation, bishop g4. Try to get him to gambit the pawn. And finally, we get a Portuguese variation where they actually take the pawn. I like to see that. Let's give a check here. And I'm going to castle. Encourage him to take this pawn, but he doesn't want it. He's content to just play the position as is. Okay, let's go knight f4. So hopefully we can get him apart with his dark square bishop. He doesn't want to do that either, though. So if we take, that's trouble. Can't play queen here. Okay, I'm going to take this way. Not really sure about this, but we'll see what happens. He can play knight h3. I was thinking I had queen f5 right here, but maybe not. Yeah, the check on b1 doesn't do much, does it? All right, so he's going to go up the exchange. But maybe we can create some problems. Seems unlikely, but we'll do our best. Rook d8, try to attack the d4 pawn. Take this. And then knight e5 next, most likely. Yeah, try to get in on the f1 square. Yeah, he's defending well, though. He's being very pesky. Bishop e6 is probably a good move. Severing the coordination. Let's go here. Yeah, Castor is playing good defense. So now I got to trade queens, as much as I would have liked to keep the queens on the board. Now he can play his bishop away somewhere, probably, and invade here. Let's try to get him to take, so I have knight b5. He's probably going to spot that. But you never know. Yeah, now he can take. All right, what sort of swindling chances do I have left? They're probably slim. He's playing fast. He's doing a good job of pressuring me on the clock. Completely losing here. He is maybe slow in the last 10 seconds. That move just blundered it away from me, but fortunately he didn't notice. Okay. Nice game by Castor. I'm unfamiliar with what to do against g4. Been a long time since I've played or studied this line. So g4 caught me off guard. Bishop g6, g5, knight h5. This looks like prep by him. I have a long history with Castor. We've played each other many times. Even played each other at OTB chess. He's a grandmaster from Chile. And the one thing I found about him to be true is he's always booked up. No matter what opening you play, he always seems to know the theory. So it's quite possible that g4, g5 was home-cooked preparation by him. And I misjudged this position. I played queen takes g5 thinking that the threat of queen f5 would be pesky to him, but he just ignored that knight h3. If I play queen f5, knight takes f4, I can check him on b1, but king d2, there's no follow-up. He controls the c2 square, rook's defended, so nothing doing. So rating is taking a tumble from those two games. Like I said, he's massively underrated at around 2,300. So Leverage, Sergic, Wonderful Time, Darnock, all at the top, and Wesley So we have sitting at number 5. Yeah, Leverage is just always up there, isn't he? He manages to maintain a rating at 2,700 or higher consistently. Okay, so we're going to go knight f3 and g3 against Castor. I really need to win this game to make things somewhat even. Okay, let's play this move. Does that even work? I'm going to try it anyways. This is an idea when they play the knight to h6. You can try to do this. So let's take here. I guess you can take e2 is the thing, though, right? Yeah, all right. So now I got to try to scramble for compensation attacking the pawn on e7, but most likely I don't have enough. Let's try to get the knight in here. We'll try to get the knight to d6 and cramp him. Let's play this up. And maybe here, trying to go c5, I suppose. Just lock down the queen side, make it difficult for him to develop that bishop. Let's go h4. I'm not really worried about this a pawn. That does help him develop, though, doesn't it? But maybe I can do this and just bother him. Okay, let's go here. Let's play a3. Maybe rook c4, but I have bishop back to f1. Okay, so I'm trying to threaten mate on g7. Let's go g4. g4, g5, I suppose. The d7 pawn was hanging on the previous move, wasn't it? I could have taken that. Check. Take that. I'm going to play the knight in. Knight f7 now is a threat. And he might not be able to do anything about that threat. Knight f7 check. I do not think he'll be able to. Okay, so he eliminated that. Let's go here, though. This looks strong. Yeah, now he must be in big trouble. Let's just... How to defend that? I'm just going to push. I'm going to let him take on f2. Because I have the queen back to h3 if I need it. Ah, that pesky defense. Okay, let's go here. Guarding h4. Castor, stop throwing these good moves at me, man. Stop it. Let's go here. Okay, this should win. Yeah, he ran out of time. That's how I need to play against him. Even though my opening wasn't the greatest, I was down a pawn after about 10 moves. I kept the pressure on. Got a knight in on d6. Cramped his development. Okay, that's better. Let's get back in there. And while we're at it, let's just take a look at a game. This is the highest rated 1-minute game going on right now. So not many title players in the pool at 5:45 on a Thursday, U.S. Central Time. Hope all of you channel viewers have been doing well. I'm feeling good lately. I'm eating right. I'm sleeping quite a bit. I'm limiting my caffeine. You guys know I love coffee. So I cut myself off with a coffee around usually noon or 1 o'clock p.m. I try not to drink coffee too much later in the afternoon, and definitely not in the evening. It's helped a lot with my sleep schedule. Okay, so BitsofKoin. I'm going to try to attack the knight on d5. And we get him to take, which is, I think, a concession. Let's go take that pawn. Why not? And now double attack on the bishop and the knight. He's got to take on f3. Can we... Okay, I'm going to do that. He can take on f3, but we have this. We have this capture. And then go take on a8 next. So this works out well. We're winning a pawn. We're attacking c5. I want to get the rook over to b1 next. So a solid extra pawn. Possible queen invasion on d7. I'm going to go here. Try for queen b7 if I'm able. Might as well threaten a trade of queens. Looks like the proper way to try to win this position. Here, attacking the queen, attacking the rook. I'm going to play d3, just kind of a restrained move. Let's go h4. It's hard for him to attack as is. We'll take that. If rook to... Okay, he's going to do that one. Let's go here. Again, offer a trade. I'm being a little careful. Maybe more careful than I would like. Let's go here. Try to get the bishop back to b2. Threaten mate. He has knight f5, though. Didn't find it. Let's look for a swap now. Attack the queen, attack the rook. And he dropped the rook. Okay, good. Good stuff. Let's just push this pawn. He's in a pin on this diagonal anyways. He's got to go right back. All right, and he resigned. So up to 24-75 after that game. In these structures, whenever black takes on c3, that's always in white's, well, not always, but it's often in white's favor, being able to take back towards the center with that b takes c3 move. Okay, mind reader. Let's play h5, h4, and try to attack him. I think he was pre-moving there. Bishop g2, as people often do, myself included. So let's try to attack him on the king side. Let's go here, hit this pawn. Already a little awkward for him. Okay, now let's play this move. But he can just play bishop back to f1, can't he? And then go take that pawn on h3, that pesky pawn. Well, now, though, if bishop b2... Ooh, that's a big blunder by him. Okay, f6. This looks fine. We're up a whole lot of material, and he just dropped this bishop. Let's just go here. Put our bishop on a good square. And now I'm just going to try to develop. This knight is kind of stuck, but whatever. This is a funny arrangement of pieces, isn't it? Play our queen in check. We'll take that. I want to go queen f3. Check. If king c2, we have queen e4, just swapping the queens. Take that. Take here. Okay, we'll take back. My knights are kind of funnily placed. Funnily? Is that a word? Bring our king over. I just don't want to get back rank checkmated, of course. Let's check here. He's going to go for his only chance, checkmating me on a8, but it ain't happening. Let's go knight here just to spoil his fun. Make sure he can't mate. Oh, I had rook d1 mate, but whatever. All right, well, that was a fun game against IM Mindreader. h5, h4, a useful lever when they're playing g3, bishop g2, autopilot. Who is this IM? I don't recognize this player. They are anonymous. So he blundered huge when he played e4, just overlooking the hanging knight on c3. But my idea was if bishop to b2, then white abandons the defense of the e3 square so I could jump in with my knight. But that's not clear cut. Let's say bishop b2, knight e3, queen d2, or maybe queen c1 even. I can take on h3, but my knight is hanging on e3. So maybe white doesn't lose that much material, if any. So they needed to defend that knight, clearly. Sarambi is next. I am 2339. I seem to be doing okay with knight f3, bishop g2, etc. So let's just stick with that for now. Now we're going to go here. See if they want to trade. Put this bishop out, attack this pawn. Let's go h3. Attack that bishop. I'm going to chase that bishop down, in fact. We'll go take that. Okay, knight here. Play the knight in. Just swap a pair of minor pieces. So I have the bishop pair, but it's not like the easiest advantage to exploit in this position, because black has a very sturdy pawn structure. I think no doubt about that. e3, I'm going to play the bishop here. If e3, I'm going to play f4. Okay, let's go here. And they're probably playing the knight in, yes, like this. Let's try to swap the bishops. Maybe rook d8 is a good move, though. I think I would have played rook d8 there if I were black. Now we have the d file, at least. Let's go here. And let's invade. Okay, so I'm going to try to win the e3 pawn. Yeah, let's do this now. Now this pawn is a weakness. We fix that. Get this pawn up to e5 as quickly as possible. I could even play a rook into d6, couldn't I? I could have done that on the previous move. That would have been strong. Let's see if he wants to take. Nope. Okay, now we have bishop g4 coming. Yeah, he has to do that. Otherwise, something bad was going to happen to him. Okay, now he's losing on the king side for sure. Okay, we're just going for the passed pawn. And he's not going to be able to stop that. So we win a technical game. I think if he would have played rook d8 right here, though, attacking the bishop on d4, he would have had good chances. If I take the bishop on e4 after rook d8, he takes my bishop on d4. It's opposite color bishops, but he's attacking b2. He's even better in that position, I believe. So rook d8 might have compelled me to take on c5, but then knight takes, and I would prefer black there with the attack on this pawn. And my bishop is not so effective against these pawns on the diagonal on b7 and c6. Let me just check with the engine right here. Engine actually likes bishop takes d4, but it seemed like I was getting a lot of play after this. Only because of knight d2, jumping in and hitting the b3 pawn. He played what, knight f6 here, and then I was able to double up and take control of the file. Then I started getting an edge. The move I should have played, by the way, as soon as his king was on e7 right here, rook d6 would have been very nice. If knight takes d6, we take with one of the pawns, check, forking the king and the rook. So rook d6 would have flat out won the c6 pawn. I have 2 attackers on that square. Next game. I am Sarambi, another anonymous I am. Okay, some players gradually filtering back into the pool, and Castor again. Let's play something offbeat. G6, bishop G7. Just take him out of his comfort zone, if that's possible. Okay, let's do this, and then knight D7 followed by knight F6. Very tricky, sir. He wanted knight D6 there. Not today, Castor. I'm sorry. Can't fall for your tricks. Let's play B6, maybe A5 next, and go bishop A6. Looks like fun. Okay, I'm going to go here. I'm going to have trouble with this square, though. He maybe could have traded and played knight E5 in that circumstance. That would have been nasty. Now he's going to play bishop to F4, maybe not. Okay, let's do this. Ugh, I don't like this position at all. I'm just hunkering down, trying not to get killed. That's a good move right there. It's a very good move. Forced me to play a bad move, rook F8. And here he strikes. Ooh, is this going to be painful? Yeah, because I lose the rook on D8, don't I? All right, I guess I can't even take the knight. This position is just downright ugly. Down material. Terrible, terrible setup. Then he can check and win C6. Okay, this is resignable. He's way up on time. Castor, you're killing me, man. I don't claim that this line is very good, but I wasn't expecting it to be that bad. Queen E2 is very tricky, so if knight Gf6, there is knight D6 check, and I'd have to play king F8. I don't get smothered mated or anything, but it's still bad. Okay, back in there. Let's play knight F3, G3 again. I got to get out of the openings alive against this guy. This is my one big chess weakness right now. Openings, especially against grandmasters. I'm not doing as well as I would like to. I got to study more theory. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to play that D4 setup anymore. Let's go H3 just so we can always play G4 later. We're going to put the bishop on B2. Queen on C2. Let's play this here. I want to go knight into D5. Let's do that and offer a trade to the dark square bishops. So at least I can hit that rook on H8. D4, I really want to play this. I'm going to do it. See how it turns out. I think he has to take a few times. At least I'll get a check-in on the E-file at the very end. So check like that and maybe invade with the rook. Yeah, okay, so what to do from here? He's threatening to... Probably got to go back, so I'm going to do that. Okay, queen G5, maybe F4. Let's go in here with the queen. Oh, this is an easy exchange sacrifice, I think. Hit that rook. He's got to be really cautious now, I think. Queen E8 probably. Probably forced. Okay, so at least we can win that. We'll go take that. Rook H7 on the cards. Go over here. Watch that time, John. Watch that time. Got to watch out for queen there, too. Oh, man. This guy's killing me. Queen E4. He's always got some threat. Check. How am I not mating you here? Take. Yeah, this is mating a couple. Check on F6. King E7, Queen F6, King E8, Rook D8. Rook takes E5 just felt completely natural, so I sacrificed the exchange there. The bishop is holding together his position. It holds D6 and D4. And after I make that trade, my queen ends up nicely centralized, hitting the rook on H8, also observing B8. I take D4 next. White has a huge initiative. And I'm only down 1 point of material in this position, so I like that. We're going to play a few more games. So again, I got the initiative shortly after the opening. Didn't allow him to attack, but not easy to beat these grandmasters. I know that sounds obvious, but even in a moment right here, like Queen E6, he finds the one move that gives him counterplay in an otherwise hopeless position. He's down 3 pawns, but queen e6 creates the threat of queen e4 check. If I play queen g3 right here, he can go queen e4 check, queen f3, and then rook g1, deflecting my king away from guarding the queen, and I lose. So I played this trying to defend the square, and then he repeated, and I had to find this move, g5. My queen defends laterally, and I'm threatening queen h6. So I guess right here I could also play rook d7 check is good too. Will lead to checkmate or win the queen. Castor and Voinji going at it. I guess if you play as much as those two guys do, I always see those two players in the pool, your rating's just going to oscillate, right? It's not like you're going to stay at 24, 2,500 all the time. So it's understandable that they slip below. It is still a little surprising to see a guy like Castor go that low, though. Okay, here I got to get counterplay in the center quick before h4, h5 kills me. So we're going to do this. And if he takes maybe queen to c7 and try to attack this pawn. f4, how can I attack that? I'm just going to play the bishop out here and control the h5 square too. This seems like a smart setup. Let's take. I want to go here and attack this pawn. Now we can take here. This should just be good for us. Take that. And I guess I take here. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's bring this back. Maybe he had queen g5 somewhere, I don't know. Okay, knight c5, hit the rook. Also, queen takes h4 is on the way. He saw that, but we can attack him with a5. His rook doesn't have too many good squares. Rook d4, there's e5. And we're coming in hot. Let's go knight back to d7. I'm taking too long in this position. Let's take this. If he takes, I'm going to play the king over to h8 and try to go rook to over here to g8 as quick as possible. He might have to play queen d4 and swap queens. Check. Check. Yeah, and now we have check and bring the other rook over. Must just be winning. Okay. I don't know. If he checks here, I can play my knight to f6. That's all I know. And mate. So we beat I Am Busy. Let's play 2 more games. You have to be cautious when you're in these, dare I say, dragon-type setups with the bishop on g7, because the classical attacking plan is to do what Busy did. Put the queen on bishop on e3, queen on d2, play bishop h6 to try to swap the bishops, and h4, h5, open the h-file. Not exactly in that order. Like, white usually likes to hold off on swapping the bishops until the h-file is open, or nearly open. So if I had just waited around right there instead of creating counterplay in the center, that's the plan he would have executed. Castle queenside and just played for an all-out attack. Okay, so I'm going to maneuver for the d5 square right away. Knight e1, knight c2, knight e3. Let's play d3 here. And then a4, just stopping any b5 shenanigans for now. He still might play b5 somewhere, but at least I'm prepared. Knight b6. Knight b6 isn't doing anything. Knight takes e7. Okay, I'm going to take here. And then jump this knight into d5. We'll do this. He can play b5, though. He can beat me to the punch. All right, well, at least he allowed me to do this. I feel somewhat good about that. Let's go here. Let's play f3. This move looks kind of ugly, but maybe it's all right. Now I'm going to take and then hide my king on h1. h5 seems like a weakness. Maybe I can shift my pieces over to attack it. Let's do that first of all. He can play the bishop into d4, but we do have a direct attack. Got to watch out for these rooks. They're kind of far-flung, aren't they? Let's bring... Ooh, now he's threatening bishop f6. Got to be careful about that. He might play b5 somewhere, is what I'm thinking. But I'm going to shift this rook over. That's what I'm going to do now. Attack the g6 pawn. Okay, let's take here. Take on f4. Watch that time, John. Okay. So now I should win e5 next. Okay, let's move this over. Let's push this pawn. Push, push, push. Oh, got him on time. Okay. So we prevail against white hero, just barely though. Let's play one more game. Probably get him again. Grandmaster white hero. Who is this? Mateuz Bartel from Poland, I believe. Yeah, this is a good player. Okay, let's play d5 and then bishop g4. This is a setup I sometimes use against this opening. Let's go c5. Okay, I'll take that. Takes with the queen, interestingly. I'm going to try to confound his development slightly with this bishop b4 check move, and then pull the bishop back here. g6. Okay, rook c8 in anticipation of him castling queenside, but he goes that way instead. All right, I guess I'll do the same. Let's play here. We'll go here. I know he's probably gearing up for this d5 move, but I feel like if I can trade bishops, my position is just fine. Let's take. He's a little exposed on the queen side, isn't he? So if we go here, and I'm threatening b5, this should be a positive development. Queen g5, I'm going to play here. Because if bishop takes, rook takes c1. He's just kind of stuck right now, isn't he? b5. Now he loses a piece, as far as I can tell. Take that. Let's play the queen back here, offering a trade of queens. A timely trade. If he trades and plays rook d7, I have knight c6, and I should just hold everything. Ah, that I didn't see, but I have this move, fortunately. Yeah, okay. Well, he tried rook takes d5. He might have tried it even seeing that I have f6, but fortunate by me that I did have that move. Otherwise, rook takes d5 would be a removal of the defender. All right, let's tabulate the results for this session. I hit a rough stretch with Castor. I think Castor is the only guy who beat me. Yeah, he got me, 3 out of 5 games, I believe? Otherwise, we did well. Won all of our other games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 and 3. I'll take it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good rest of your day. And I'll be back with more videos in the very near future. Talk to you guys later. Bye.